morning everyone, we're Group 10. But before we start the discussion, I'd like to introduce the members of our group. We have our leader, Edison Lagrama, and my co-members, Juliet Osende.
Ano nga bang capacity? The capacity is a capability of a manufacturing or service resource to accomplish its purpose over a specific time or period. So, ang capacity daw ay kakayahan ng gumawa ng trabaho na nanaayon sa oras or binigay na oras. Example, how many pies can be made and baked in a given day using the existing equipment and staff. Capacity in process, facility, workstation, and piece of equipment. For example, sa isang factory, kada workstation doon may kanya-kanyang inaatas na gawain. For example, sa isang donut factory, meron doon taga-bake or taga-gawa muna ng harina niya, tapos hinahalo. And then pagkatapos doon, yung isang station naman is huhulmahin siya na parang bilog. And then papasok sa isang makinarya na yun naman yung magdadrop ng donut sa mantika para maprito. And then next nun, tagabaligtad naman. Piece of equipment, for example na equipment is power bank na may 30,000 watts lang siya or voltage na pwedeng i-charge. And then pag naubos yun lang yung ma-charge niya dahil yun nga lang yung capacity niya which is 30,000. For example sa Jollibee, sa fry station kasi meron doon tinatawag na fry basket. And then yung fry basket na yun, nangyari magluluto ka ng peach mango pie, ganyan lang kalit yun. And then kada fry basket, kasya lang doon ay 10 dahil yun lang yung capacity niya. Example ng capacity sa facility. Example ko is yung Jollibee. Dati nag-work ako sa Jollibee MCU. Yung capacity ng restaurant na yun ay 150 hanggang 180 person. The economic scale are achieved when the average unit cost of a good or service decreases as the capability of or volume of throughput increases. Meaning, this happens because costs are spread over a larger number of goods. Cost can be both fixed and variable. These economies of scales occur when the expansion of output comes with increasing average unit costs. These economies of scale may result from technical issues in a production process, organizational management issues, or resource constraints on productive inputs. A focused factory is a way to achieve economies of scale without extensive investments in facilities and capacity by focusing on a narrow range of goods and services.
Hello, my name is Edison Lagrama. My report is safety capacity. Safety capacity is a amount of capacity reserved for anticipated events such as a demand surge, material surge, and shortage and equipment breakdown. Demand surge is a socio-economic phenomenon where repair costs for the same damage are higher after large versus small-scale natural disaster. Dito naman po is pag-ayos ng mga gamit na nasira dahil sa dumating na natural disaster tulad ng lindol. And second is material shortage. Material shortage is can pose a threat to global supply chains and effect of production and prices of various goods and service. Equipment breakdown. To refers to damaged equipment or assets that fail to perform when required at design, capacity, and satisfactory quality. Example of equipment breakdown. Failure to pressure or vacuum equipment. Mechanical failure. Electrical failure.
Long-term capacity strategies. It focuses on capacity needs over a year or more over a longer period. It is used to make strategic decisions on capacity expansion or reduction in an investment's expense, finance, and asset. It is also the process through which a company prepares for future growth and expansion. So why long-term capacity strategies is important in a workplace or in a company? Is it important because capacity planning ensures that the company can develop strategies to support production efficiency. Also, can optimize its production procedures by analyzing its current and long-range capabilities. So now let's talk about the complementary goods and services. An object used in combination with another product or service is an example of complementary goods and services. Usually, when consumed alone, the complementary good has little or no value. Still, when paired with another good or service, it adds value to the overall value of the bid. For examples, keyboard and computer, milk and cookies, and many more. So here, we have 4 basic strategies. First is the lead strategy. Second, lag strategy. Third, match strategy. And fourth, dynamic strategy. These 4 strategies can help in capacity planning to expand or reduct in an investment or in an asset. To be clear, lead strategy is increasing capacity to match an anticipated increase in demand, while the lag strategy is meeting demand increases or decreases as they occur. And next, the match strategy is increased capacity when demand starts to increase to remain a step ahead of the trend. Lastly, the dynamic strategy is a living business plan. You develop action plans for every function, group, and individual based on the strategic plan. You measure against the strategic plan and make course corrections as needed when a given strategy proves inadequate to the goals you set.
Add or share equipment. By sharing equipment within your organization, you can make it available for multiple labs to see the equipment bookings in the planner and to book the device for your experiment. Sell unused. If you are a manufacturer who is unable to sell enough products to operate at full capacity, use this disadvantage as an advantage. Sell your excess capacity to another firm. Selling excess capacity can benefit you and the buyer. It benefits you because it provides additional revenue, and it can benefit the buyer because you can actually charge less than it would cost for them to do the work themselves. As your overhead costs, you already been absorbed in your business. Change labor capacity and schedule. Change labor capacity and schedules. Labor capacity can usually be managed easily through short-term changes in workforce level and schedules, where time and extra shift, temporary employees, and outsourcing are common ways of increasing capacity. Shift work to slack resources are never fully employed. Unemployed worker is idle fully 3/4 of the time. Over half of all factories are. Vary the price of goods and services. A change in demand describes a shift in consumer desire to purchase a particular good or service irrespective of variation in its price. Provide customer with information and advertising and promotion. Promotional goals include creating awareness, getting people to try products, providing information, retaining loyal customers, increasing the use of products, and identify potential customers, as well as teaching potential service clients what is needed to co-create the services provided. Add peripheral goods and services. Example of peripheral goods or services for a personal checking account online access the bill payments, credit card, designer checks, paper or electronics. Provide reservations. If you make a reservation, you can arrange for something such as a table in a restaurant or a room in a hotel to keep for you. Revenue Management System is a software solution which allows you to carry out important revenue management tasks more efficiently and effectively. Why is it important? A revenue management system makes it easy to adjust prices across various distribution channels without having to log in each of those different systems individually. As a result, key performance indicators such as revenue per room can be improved, increasing the hotel's top and bottom lines.
Hi everyone, my name is Maria Vicky Olala and my topic is Principles and Logic and the Theory of Constraints. So first, let's define what is constraints. So constraints is something that limit or controls what you can do. Ito yung mga bagay na that's stopping a company from achieving its goals. So ang constraints ay pwedeng maging people, machines, materials, market, and pwedeng time and marami pang iba. So ang mga example ng constraints sa isang company ay for example is yung a restaurant is scheduled to open a new patio but can find enough staff to increase their capacity. So, the constraint there is yung staff. So, dahil yung staff is yung wala silang enough staff para mag-improve ng kanilang restaurant. So, ayun yung isang bagay na naglilimit para ma-achieve ang isang goals ng isang company. And second is a new product that must be launched and available to customers before the Christmas shopping seasons begin. So the constraint there is yung time. So the schedule that need to launch a new product is before Christmas is na prepared na siya. So ang maaaring maging constraint doon is yung time. And number 3 naman for na example is imagine you're building a electric cars. You have the pieces except for one key. So, magbibuild ka ng isang electric cars, lahat ng mga kailangan, lahat ng mga pieces or parts ng isang electric cars is meron ka na. So, ang sabi dito, due to a material shortage, your company is need to wait an extra month to receive the item. So, the constraint there is yung materials. So, dahil nagkaroon ng shortage sa materials, hindi mabubuo ang isang electric cars. Kasi, yun yung pinaka-importante. May isang piece na nawawala. So, yun yung mga ibig sabihin ng constraint. So, it's something that limit or controls what you can do or what is stopping a company from achieving its goals. And sabi pa dito, ang constraint ay merong physical constraints and non-physical constraint. So, sa physical constraints muna tayo. Ang sabi dito, ito yung mga resources that is so heavily loaded that is unable to meet the current market demand. So, this type of constraints could be a labor shortage, lack of equipment, or some other physical factor that is preventing market demand from being met. So, for example, ng mga physical constraint is yung size of the company, yung materials, yung equipments, and marami pang iba. So, yun. From the word physical, mga bagay na like physical. And from the second one is non-physical constraint naman is something na burdensome policies sa work and procedures that thwart progress. So other example is yung would be the negative of office staff or coworkers. So from the word non-physical, so ito na yung mga bagay na out of control, maaaring mga policies sa work, mga procedures, mga process na kailangan gawin. So ayun yung physicals and non-physical constraint. And the next one is yung bottleneck. So, what is bottleneck? So, from the word bottle, so think of a glass of soda bottle, and the bottom of the bottle is larger than the neck. so that the correct amount of basota comes out. So, a bottleneck is an appropriate name for the issues that arises when many people are trying to do a task, but something is blocking the appropriate amount of outcome. So, for example, is you have a 12 bakers and need to assemble to bake a 12 cakes. So, meron daw siyang 12 bakers, meron siyang 12 bakers, pero need niya makagawa ng 12 cakes. Pero, you have only one oven. So, that's a bottleneck. So, ang ibig sabihin is, kahit gaano pa karami yung workers mo, and ganito yung need niya ma-achieve, pero dahil isa lang yung machine or oven na gagamitin, so mabagal yung progress niya. So, ayun yung ibig sabihin ng bottleneck. Sa sobrang dami ng task, pero may isang that limit yung production, bumabagal siya. Kasi may isang oven lang. So, one at a time yung paggawa ng isang cake. Kasi antay niya matapos yung isa bago mag-proceed bago makapag-bake ulit ng isang cake. So, ayun yung ibig sabihin ng bottlenecks. So, in the simplest definition, a process bottleneck is a work stage that gets more work requests that it can process. It's a maximum throughput capacity that causes an interruption to the flow of the work and delays across the production process. So, example of bottleneck is a team member has an emergency. A member of your team is waiting for another member to finish their part of the project. Communication problem, a task performed incorrectly, so need ulit-ulitin. So, bottleneck naman is can experience in every organization. So, it's best to be prepared. So, sabi dito is lahat ng mga ang bottleneck is maaari siyang maranasan talaga sa isang organization. So, we need to prepared and malaman kung ano yung mga bottleneck sa isang company or sa isang production or organization. So, ang non-bottleneck naman is parang kabaliktaran ng bottleneck. So, ang sabi dito is yung example is ang isang machine na to is nakakagawa siya ng 60 units per day, and yung isa naman is 70 units per day, and yung isa is 40 units per day. So, yung 40 units per day na yon ay yun yung bottleneck. Kasi siya yung pinakamaliit. So, 40 and anlayo sa 60 and 70. So, siya yung para nag-hindrance or nag-i-stop para matapos agad yung isang product. So, kailangan niya add pa ng more time, masahaba yung flow ng production. So, ang non-bottleneck naman din is yung 60 per units per day, yung 70 units per day. Kasi, ang non-bottleneck is kabaliktad ng bottleneck. Ang non-bottleneck is hindi sila makaka-apekto sa buong production. Like, hindi siya kailangan ng oras, maghabol, or what. So, that's the meaning of bottlenecks. So, working faster and non-bottleneck station maybe just create an extra inventory. So, ang sabi pa dito is increasing the capacity of non-bottleneck stations has no impact on the system's overall capacity. Increasing the capacity of bottleneck increases capacity for the whole system. So, that's the meaning of constraints, of physical, non-physical constraints, and non-physical constraints, and bottleneck and non-bottleneck.